Hey everybody, it's Dr. Carmen Bryant, and this is Car Chronicles. Just coming from an appointment, so you guys see me like this. You guys know how it goes. You know how it goes. Well, you guys ready? Let's do this. See, I like to be your outer voice. I like to say the things that you don't really want to say, or you're too modest to say. You're thinking it, but it hasn't come out here. You know, we all have to have filters, but I like to be your outside voice. I like to express what you're thinking that you have not been able to articulate. It's there, and you feel relieved when someone finally, like me, finally says it, and you're like, oh my God, you said what I was thinking. I just haven't had the courage to say it. That would be me. I'm your big sister, your auntie, your cousin, on your mama's side, on your daddy's side. I am the sister from the different mister, the sister from a different mother, whatever, you know, you're my brother from whatever it is. But I'm going to say what we got to say. Let's say this. Now, having said all that, to say this very thing here, some of you have been with the narcissist. You know, and this is a true story. I'm not going to tell the story, but I'm just going to tell you this is a true story. This is a true thought. This is exactly how I was thinking. And I realized that there are other people. See, when you start expressing stuff and saying things, then you start realizing other people think the same way you do. That's why it's good to say some things and sometimes have another person say it. But you guys were thinking it. I know you wondering, what is she going to say? I'm going to say it. Give me a minute. You know, you were thinking, like, I've been with this narcissist. You were so in love with this narcissist. Oh my God, this is the person, the dream man. This is the woman that I want to be with. I love her. I love him. He's my boo thing and she's my boo thing, whatever. But yet on the inside, you may work in a corporate office. You may work around professional people, and you are so embarrassed over this person. They're cool. They're funny. You enjoy being around them. They're narcissists. So you already know what you're going through at home, but you don't want to bring them in public. Those are not the people that you take to mother, like Rick James would say. But, you know, those are not the type of people that you would have out in public. Now, certain ones are, but they're charming, they're charismatic, but you're embarrassed. People know about this individual. They know about the lifestyle. They know about their personality. They know how they are. They know that they're a misfit. And they even look at you like, how did you two get together in the first place? Two different individuals. The narcissist will explain it away to make it seem like you got the catch, but in actuality, it was a narcissist that got the good catch. You know, and it just so happened we got caught up in that web of lies, and we stuck in this, you know, we got stuck in this spider web. But in all honesty, you know, in your heart, you are embarrassed over this individual. You're embarrassed to say this is your husband or your wife. You're embarrassed to bring them around and introduce them. You do it because then you feel bad for them, but at the same time, you're embarrassed because you really don't want anybody to know. And that narcissist makes a point to make sure that they show up everywhere. They want to go everywhere you go, but you already know when you get out in public, either one, they're going to embarrass you. They chew with their mouth open. They don't know how to eat. They don't have any type of etiquette. You know, they talk, they overtalk people. They talk at the wrong time. You know, you're with professional people. You may be sitting at a table with professional people, or you're having these professional conversations that interject their opinions, and their opinions are dumb, you know, or they sound like they know what they're talking about. It sounds really good, and they're the entertainers, but people just look at you because then they judge you. They judge you at the person that you're with. Now, I'm not saying that this person may be a nice looking person, dressed really nice, present themselves aesthetically pleasing, you know, but at the same time, you know, you are so embarrassed because there are people that know the truth. They know what goes on behind. There's not even they know what goes on behind closed doors. Some of them do, but they just know that person's reputation. They know that person. They know this person. They could be in a hierarchy, and they know this person's reputation. They know what they do. They know that they're a troublemaker. They know that they're a troublemaker, and they're always looking at you like, how in the world did you get with this individual? Because people tend to judge you based off of the narcissist, and then you try to separate yourself. You try to make sure that you go places and you don't invite them, and then they start complaining and asking you, are you embarrassed? What you really want to say is, heck yeah, I'm embarrassed. I don't want to be seen with you. I don't want nobody to know that I'm married to you. I don't want nobody to know I'm dating you. And this a red flag for those of you that are dating that can still get out. That if you're married, you know that you don't want to take them anywhere. I know I was like that. I didn't want to take them nowhere. You know, it just depends on where we were going. I did not want to take them in the hierarchy. Because everybody knew the person. They knew him. They knew exactly. They knew that me and him were two totally different people. They knew we were two totally different people. Professional, know how to follow the rules, misfit, do whatever you want to do, can't shut your mouth, always lying, charismatic. And then the people, everybody don't fall for the narcissist, y'all. You guys think that the narcissist fools everybody. They don't fool Everybody. There are people that they use them for what they need to use them for, because a narcissist can be used too. Believe you me, a narcissist can be used by another person that is not a narcissist. And a narcissist, especially those that are just all over the place, you know, and some of them are the smatties that always got to be seen. People know how to manipulate narcissists too. Even people that are not narcissists know how to manipulate a narcissist as well, because sometimes they're so into themselves that you know how to get what you need to get out of that narcissist. And I'm not telling you guys that's what you do. I'm just saying that people know how to do it, especially those that are more mature. And then sometimes that narcissist is not matured yet. They know how to use a narcissist to get what they want, work, money, or anything else that they want from that narcissist, because they know that narcissist wants to be seen. They rub their little heads and they get what they want. But you know that you don't want to be seen. On the inside, you're screaming out, I love him, I love her. But on the deep inside of your shanana, you just wish that they would find somebody else. I wish you would go away. I don't want to be seen with you. I am so embarrassed. I can't wait to separate. And then later on, when you do get away from that narcissist, and then you finally are bold enough to say something, and people kind of look at you like, we were just waiting for you to wake up. We knew that all along. And you let me. People can't tell you anything to make you stop doing what you're doing or to break you up with this individual. It takes you to wake up. You got to wake up. But when you look back, you start shaking your head and you start saying all the things that everybody already knew. And a lot of people, for the peace of sake and because they care about you, you love them, we love them. If you happy, we're going to be happy. Even though we see you suffering, we're not going to say anything until later on they begin to say, you finally saw that? I'm glad you finally woke up. All of us already knew. You the only one that didn't know, because you the only one that didn't know. Unfortunately, that's how it is sometimes. Then a lot of times when they do go and find another source of supply, and they connect, you really want them to, because you don't have the courage to leave. Because you don't want your heart broken. You don't want to feel that pain of recovery. And so you just don't have the strength to do it. And so they finally leave. That's what you're wanting them to do. I wish they would finally leave. And then when they finally leave, you have these conflicting messages, you know, that cognitive dissonance. You have those conflicting messages. On one hand, you appalled at the fact that they left. On the other hand, you are so happy. Now, keep in mind, I want you guys to know this. You know, you're going to be struggling with that for a little while because you're appalled at the fact of how they did what they did. But on the other hand, you're finally happy that, fortunately, forgive me for saying this, another fool got your fool. You know, so another fool. And always remember this. If it's easy for somebody else to get them, they were community property in the first place. They were never yours in the first place. If it belongs to you, and it's not property, because a man does not belong to you and a woman does not belong to you. But if they're truly into the relationship and you two truly are a couple, it's not that easy for people to get them. It's not that easy for people to pull them out the relationship. If they're easy to pull out of the situationship, and it's easy for someone to, quote unquote, take your man or take your woman, you never had them in the first place and they're community property. And the same way that they took your man or took your woman, trust you me, they got a harem of people waiting too. They didn't just get your man or get your woman. They got your man, your woman, and the harem that followed. Remember King Solomon with 300 wives and 700 concubines? That, for many Semitic narcissists, male and females alike, not only did they inherit that narcissist, that new supply, inherit that narcissist, they also inherited the other 299 husbands or wives and the other 700 concubines that followed. So the drama that you left behind and the baggage that you let them take, that Louis Vuitton Coach baggage, and that's just, you know, that is not a literal speaking, but the baggage that they took, that you let them have, is the baggage you're taking into that new relationship. Now that new supply thinks she got something or he got something, they doing it good. Trust you me, after a while they get a little silent. You wonder why they get a little silent. See, they've been harassing you all the time, but all of a sudden they get a little silent. You wonder why they get a little silent. You know why they get a little silent? Because now they know what you done been through. Now they know your experiences. Don't worry. What comes around goes around. The Bible tells us, do not be fooled. God will not be mocked. So what a man sow, that is what he's going to reap, or she's going to reap. You cannot plant a tomato seed and expect bananas. You're going to get tomatoes. If you plant an apple tree, you're going to have apples on the tree. You can tell the tree by the fruit that's on the tree. If the fruit is rotten, what does that tell you? Well, we know that the tree's not rotten, but I'm just saying, in perspective of the narcissist, that's some rotten fruit. That's a rotten person. So they're going to reap what they sow. Whatever seeds they're sowing is the harvest that they're going to reap. I promise. And some of you guys call it karma. But one thing I know for certain, and I'm only in my 50s, so I'm still young. But one thing that I can tell you, what comes around goes around. Whatever seed that they sow is what they're going to reap. They're going to reap what they sow. They're going to get back what they put out there.